me see. Hmm. Okay. We put our palm together and we can recite the Buddha name. Namo fundamental teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo fundamental teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. Namo fundamental teacher Sakyamuni Buddha. The answer path deep, profound, subtle, wonderful Dhamma in 100,000 million eons is difficult to encounter. Now that I have come to receive and hold it within my sight and hearing, I vow to touch on the touch common true and actual meaning. So last time I think we already done with all the story relate to the cultivate or the good dharma without resolving the bodhicitta is the work of demon, right? So we all understand this, right, William?
Yes.
No question, right?
Right. At
Good.
least for me. I don't know. Maybe someone else.
Jenny, do you have any doubt on this thing?
No.
Good. That's good. That's very important. Okay. Because this thing right here, not many people understand this concept. Even the Buddhism in our community. Okay. All right. We will turn on to we go to the next section, and this is the benefit of the Bodhicitta. Okay. And we will take a part of the segment from the Adornment Flower Sutra. This is the most important sutra in Buddhism for the Mahayana tradition. And this sutra is basically this is about the Buddha. What do you call? This is the state of the Buddha, right? This is the state mind of the Buddha, and also this is in this sutra you also see the Buddhist cosmology is unbelievable. Okay, it's beyond what we have learned in Buddhism. We in Buddhist cosmology. This one is beyond the one that we just learned, right? In many months ago, right? And this sutra here, and also we will see the Bodhisattva path. This is the sutra talk about those things a lot. Okay, I will put the copy of the PDF file for this one and the Lotus sutra. I think some people do not have it. You can read it. I think it's a very interesting reading. And in this sutra here, it's all the Mahayana idea. It's the mean that when we read this sutra, we have the open mind, and the mind will become it will as wide as the empty space. That's the whole idea of the Mahayana. And well, it's a long sutra, but it's very important sutra. Okay. Okay. William, would you please go ahead and start from the beginning?
Yes. The benefits of bodhicitta. To practice the bodhisattva path, one must generate bodhicitta. So what is the principle of the bodhisattva? Bodhisattvas benefit others as their own duties and diligently enlighten themselves and enlighten others until perfect attainment is the attainment of Supreme Bodhi. In the Flower Adornment Sutra, chapter 21, teaches the following. Then the Buddhas bestowed on the enlightening being forest of virtues, unobstructed knowledge, unattached knowledge, uninterrupted knowledge, teacherless knowledge, knowledge without folly, unvarying knowledge, unerring knowledge, immeasurable knowledge, invincible knowledge, unflagging knowledge, and knowledge that cannot be taken away. Why? Because the power of this concentration is naturally thus.
Okay, stop right here. Do you understand that word Bodhicitta?
Yeah, this is referring to a being whose name is Forest of Virtues. And Forest of Virtues is it sounds like a bodhisattva who is intent on enlightening other beings.
Right.
And so the Buddha bestowed this knowledge, which is, unflagging, unerring, immeasurable, so on, on this bodhisattva.
And when the Buddha in the plural, it's not singular, it's plural. That means the Buddha of all 10 directions. Okay, that's important. So that means, so at the beginning, the Buddha give all the knowledge, uninterrupted knowledge, unattached knowledge, all those kind of unbelievable knowledge to this Bodhisattva. So he can be able to use that power to share the Dhamma. Okay, that's important. Because even the Bodhisattva, they need to rely on the Buddha power. Right? That is also, and you know what? And that is the important key in here. Is, doesn't matter what level we are, we always want to learn to be the humbleness. Okay, that is also in here. We also see that as well, right? Okay, all right. Go ahead, William. Interrupt.
Then the Buddhas each extended their right hands and patted the enlightening being Forest of Virtues on the head, whereupon he rose from concentration and addressed the enlightening being, saying, O Buddha children, the practice of enlightening beings is inconceivable, equal to the space of the cosmos. Why? Because enlightening beings cultivate practice and emulation of the Buddhas of past, present, and future. Buddha children, great enlightening beings have 10 kinds of practices, which are expounded by the Buddhas of past, present, and future. What are the 10? The practice of giving joy, beneficial practice, the practice of non-opposition, the practice of indomitability, the practice of non-confusion, the practice of good manifestation, the practice of non-attachment, the practice of that which is difficult to attain, the practice of good teachings, the practice of truth.
Okay, stop right here. So basically in here, so what do you think about this thing?
Why enlightening beings? It seems fairly straightforward. So he's just explaining about why enlightening beings is so profound.
Okay, so basically that means he awake from the concentration, right? And he about to he revealed to all the Buddha children. That means all of us, right? The Bodhisattva, the lay people, the monk, the nun. That means all the Buddhist follower. That's what we call the Buddha children. So basically for that thing, and that means he came out from the concentration and addressed just like that, right? So, and the cultivation of the emulation of the Buddha of the 3 period, right? The 3 period time, and this is about the 10 different practice. Okay, we will learn about. So that's good. All right. You go ahead and read the next one.
What is the great enlightening being's practice of giving joy? Here, the enlightening beings are magnanimous givers, bestowing whatever they have with an equanimous mind, without regret, without hoping for reward, without seeking honor, without coveting material benefits, but only to rescue and safeguard all living beings, to include all living beings in their care, to benefit all living beings, and to emulate the original practice of all Buddhas. Recall the original practice of all Buddhas, delight in the original practice of all Buddhas, purify the original practice of all Buddhas, further develop the original practice of all Buddhas, make manifest the original practice of all Buddhas, and expound the original practice of all Buddhas, to cause all sentient beings to be relieved of pain and suffering and attain comfort and happiness.
Okay, in this case here, what the Buddha tried to tell, what he tried to tell us.
Here he's expounding more on the practice of giving joy and describing, the state of the bodhisattva while they're giving joy. They're not expecting rewards. They're not trying to get any particular benefits other than helping living beings to be free of sufferings. And this in itself is a reward, as it is like it's the path of realization of Buddhahood. And so this is an emulation of the Buddha's practice, which is to benefit all living beings. So it's an intention that is that helps the person practicing it to realize enlightenment.
Okay. So it is can we somehow it is applicable to our world right now? Can we be able to do this?
I think most of us probably not completely, because we still will have like limited blessings in the sense of that. Well, if we'd have to use it with wisdom, and we have to use it with where we're at. We don't want to like by trying to give so much, we don't want to cause some other problem. Like then we have to beg someone else in order to get by. Unless of course if someone becomes a monk, well then, they do kind of give everything and then other people give to them. But, like if I wanted to help people so much, I gave away all my money that I couldn't pay for my home, I couldn't buy groceries, I couldn't take care of my family, well then that wouldn't be a very wise application of generosity.
That's right. That's correct. This is actually the question related to it. Okay, before that, is there a way that the method that we can use to approach this kind of practice?
I've heard of the visualizations that address it, beginning to just visualize the giving by picking someone who's relatively neutral to us, not someone who's really close or that we hate, or but just kind of a neutral person, and then contemplating their happiness and contemplating like joy in someone else being happy.
Okay.
And then gradually expanding it out, where eventually we practice imagining it with people who we may be upset with.
Okay. Jenny, do you have any idea on this thing? How do we is there a way that we can practice this kind of not absolute, of course we don't have that kind of huge blessing, but when the Buddha teaches us something, there should be a way, right?
Yes.
Is there a way to do it?
Well, I agree with William about visualizing. I think that's one way we could do it. And also on a daily basis, just small actions that you can do to be, to be of service to people in any way that you can. you know, they don't have to be big, huge things, but if you start small with small things, then that's a good start. But just, you know, practicing on a daily basis all the time.
Okay, that's good. Thang Thiền, what about you? Thang Thiền, what do you think about this teaching? This is very profound teaching. If we understand it in the way that we know the application, no, I mean the method to practice, it's very powerful. Thang Thiền, no?
I think that we can start by small step instead of doing the big step. We can start by small step by giving small but not too much, because we don't have the blessing like others. You just start small step until when the time is right, we can get more.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Cô Hoàng Lý, what do you think?
I think it's very profound. The what you see here is it's hard, you know, like everyone said, it's hard to practice, but I can see a few things here that we could possibly do. Practice of giving joy, that reminds me of the four, I don't know, the Bodhicitta. I don't know how to, it's more like to give joy to others. The second one is to remove the suffering of others. The other one is like that means to you know, to be truly happy for someone when somebody's happy. And then I don't know, maybe to let go. So the first one, the practice of giving joy, that has a very profound and compact thing that you practice in your own daily life. That go along with beneficial practice. I can see the thing that I really have to practice every day is the practice of non-attachment. Okay. Every single thing that I touch, you know, is attachment. And even I kept asking you about the attachment on the relationship between parents and you know, children and stuff. That's also an attachment. You know, on one hand, we learn that Bodhicitta is teaching us to be kind to our parents, to be filial to our parents, and you know, all that. But then isn't that continue with the attachment? You know, that's always in the back of my head. I'm trying to not expect in my children. Is that a way to detach? So that's things I try. There's a cat that adopted us, outside cat that adopted us. So we've been feeding him, but that's an attachment. I try not to have any more pets. And there's a practice of good teaching, practice of truth. I think truth eventually will prevail. It's just a lot of nature. So it's just a lot of, you know, it's just profound things that you can learn from here.
Okay. Did you remember? But about yesterday you asked me the question related to the children and parent attachment, right?
Yeah.
And I already explained to you, and you do you think the answer is that fulfill your?
Yes. And it's just it's, I think it's a nature. It's a right thing to do. You know, Buddha teaches you to be a filial child to your parents. You know, to do everything for them, but also to guide them, to lead them to the right. You know, that's the practice of good teaching right there. You know, if they go in the wrong path, or not the right, you know, not the path that you think that they ought to be, that is, you know, being compassion. You bring them back to the, you know, how it should be. I think that's just, you know, tremendous.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Yesterday, actually, she asked me the question related to the. Let me explain that in this class so everyone can understand what we have discussed in the rhythmic class. So she asked me that in the Bodhicitta, right? We later on you will learn about more into resolving the Bodhicitta, and one of them is to honor, to respect your parent, and to that means always think about their kindness, and so we always want to pay the gratitude to them or appreciate whatever they done. So that is a form, one form of resolving the bodhicitta. In this topic we're learning later on. But and also the other kind is in the 12 link inter in the 12 link dependent originated, right? Yeah. Do you remember? Do you know about that one, William?
Yes.
Okay, 12 link dependent orientation, and we will learn about that later when we have a chance. So in that 12 link, there is one link we call craving, right? And craving, that means we try to break because the root cause of our suffering is ignorance and craving, right? So we have to eliminate that thing. That means we can be able to liberate ourselves from our suffering. But it has include that. Do we so the craving for the relationship between parent and children? Is that called craving? Is that against the thing that we learn in the Bodhicitta? To resolve the Bodhicitta, we need to honor and respect our parents utmost. What do you think about this, William? Is there any kind
It certainly doesn't fit the typical feel of craving. I guess because I mean within it, the desire of someone who wants to give rise to bodhicitta is, you know, they wish to be enlightened for the sake of all living beings.
Right.
So it's like desire is being purified because it's a desire for all living beings. So if that's the core of our desire and we're wanting to, you know, repay our parents' kindness, it's like a purified desire as opposed to one where we're like something that's going to get us in trouble.
Okay, that's good. So this is what I shared in the class. In the Buddhism, in the craving, in the 12 link craving, actually the desire, right? It's a form of desire. So in Buddhism, when we look at this kind of the Buddhist view relate to the parent and children relationship, it means that doesn't matter whoever come to us, it either near or far, positive or negative karmic affinity, they all have affinity with us. That is the key. Doesn't matter who they are, the stranger, the relative, the family member, whoever, include the parent, all come to us. That means they do have affinity with us, either negative karmic affinity or positive karmic affinity, or near the near affinity or the far affinity. Near, that means our family, our parents, our children, that we call near. Far, that means maybe friend, right? That means we consider far, or maybe the one that we only see once in a while, we call far. That's what we mean. So, and how do we take care? Remember, in Buddhism, we need to take a good care of affinity, regardless what kind of affinity. If the negative karmic affinity, we always to make sure that we transform the negative karmic affinity into positive by being patient, practice love and kindness. That's the key to be able to transform that. And in order to practice the love and kindness, we need to be very patient. We have to wait until the right moment and the right situation, when the condition is right, and we be able to transform that. Those kind of patients, it could take about year, month, year, and maybe 10 years, or maybe more. But the time is not important. The time is not important. But the important thing is we need to be able to practice this kind of loving kindness. In order to practice this kind of loving kindness, we need to have some kind of wisdom, right? So the wisdom will guide us to the process. Otherwise, no wisdom, we not be able to handle when we encounter the problem with the negative karmic affinity. We could make it worse. Okay, and what about the positive karmic affinity? Yes, we want to make sure that positive become more positive. That means the ultimate goal is we transform the positive affinity to become the body the body member. That means to be a family of the Bodhicitta. We don't want to become the family of the worldly family, but we want to become the family member within the Bodhicitta. Does it make sense to you, William?
Yes, yes.
That is one way. That is one way. And remember, we have to practice the compassion, right? The compassion, that means love and kindness and compassion. What is the difference between the two? Love and kindness, that means we bring happiness to others. In order to bring happiness to others, we have to practice patience, because patience is the most greatest strength, because it can win over the enemy, the mind. That means the hatred, right? The hatred. And the compassion, that means when we see someone suffering, and we can feel the suffering from others, just like that they are the one who feel the suffering. And you know what? When we be able to feel that kind of suffering from them, try to make sure that we try to find out the method, the way to help them, one way or the other, to help them to decrease the suffering they have, or even bring joy to them. And that means compassion, they include three elements. The first one is the wisdom, right? The second one is the wisdom. That means, the first one is the compassion by itself. The second one is the wisdom. That means we need to find out the way to help them. That by the experiment mean, right? The third one is, when we have the experience mean, we will use it and to bring joy to them. That is the love and kindness. So compassion is so powerful, and that's how we should contemplate on the compassion. In that way, later on we will learn about how to contemplate meditation for the compassion and love and kindness more, so we understand that more. Okay, so how do we practice love and kindness and compassion? When we talking about everyone, whoever come to us, that means we only talking about affinity. Remember one thing: love and kindness and compassion have to be developed from within, not from outside. That means within, who is the nearest one to us, we have to do from there. That means our father, our parent, our relative, our family, right? Husband and wife and children. That is the closest member. They are the nearest. Affinity with us, and we have to develop the love and kindness and compassion. Start from there, not from the outside people. No, that is not true compassion. Does it make sense to you, Jenny? Jenny?
Yes, yes, because yes, I believe that that the change that you create, it has to come from within first. Yes, so yes, I agree.
So this is the important thing we need to know. Okay. And also, in the past, the one of the former, the former line of the Buddha, he was the youngest prince from one of the king, right? So the king and the queen, they have three princes, and one day they went to the forest for picnic, maybe for just for picnic and enjoy their day. And after meal, that means the lunch. After lunch, the king and the queen, they fall in sleep. And you know what? The three prince, they just want to go out to the forest and explore the forest. And they came across there is the one the one of the tigress, that means the tiger mother, right? The tiger mother, and the four cubs, that means the four baby of the tiger. And like the dead, right? It's almost dead, but it's not dead because it's starving. It's about to die. And you know what? When they saw that, the youngest one saw that and asked the older one, say, why this tiger here is not moving? And you know what the older one said? That because they are about starving to death. And the youngest one said that, what do they eat? And then the older one said that, oh, they only eat the fresh meat, right? Um, and that's the only thing they can, the raw meat. Oh, okay. And you know what? After the young one heard that, and you know what? They continue on their journey back to the queen and the king. But in the middle of the way, you know, the youngest one stopped and told the two older ones, you know what? My two brother, continue on your journey. I have something to do, and I will catch up with you later. Okay. And you know what? He went back to the tiger shin, and he used his arm and put the arm into the tiger's that means the mother tiger mouth, right? But the mother tiger doesn't have strength, the energy to bite, right? So what he did is he used the poetic stick and poke into his hand, and the blood came out, right? So and he put that arm into the tiger mother, so she be able to suck the blood and to regain the strength. And you know what? All the five ate him alive. Okay. Okay. After they okay, at that moment, the two older brother, they feel something very strange in their heart, in their mind. It's very strange that they could not be able to endure the suffering that they encounter at that moment. And you know what? They realize that oh, maybe something happened to his younger brother. So they went back to the because they know that the youngest one is very compassionate. Um, so they went back and they saw the bone, right? The bone of the youngest brother, and all the tiger they left, and they don't know. Maybe the tiger they ate him or what happened. So were they collapsed and unconscious for maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever. And you know what? After they wake up and they went back to the king and the queen. At this time, the queen had a dream that she saw that in the dream, the three birds, right? The three birds, the youngest one were eaten by the big eagle. I think the big eagle bird. and it was terrify her, and just like the whole world is shaking, right? And she woke up at that moment. It's just like it's a nightmare that she had. So at that moment, she saw her two older son came back, and she asked, "Where your younger brother?" And you know what? They told the queen and the king about that, and they were so they the king and the whole family went there and to see it at the scene, and the king and the queen collapsed for unconsciousness for maybe 5-10 minutes, and when they woke up and they are very sad, right? At that moment, the God, that means the God, that means the heaven being, appear in the sky and with the voice say that, Father, this is I am your youngest prince, and because I sacrificed my body to feed the tiger, so I be able to reborn into at the heaven being. And you know what, the father said to that means the heaven being, why did you do this and you left us like this? You are not a filial son, right? That means you are not take a good care of your parent, and you left it like that. It's not the good son, okay? And you know what he said to the king? You know what? I've been through. I have undergone countless. That means I have undergone countless past life. That means many lifetimes. That means limited, unlimited. Right? I have undergone that many lives, and I have never used my own body to benefit a living being. So today I want to use that body to benefit them. And one more thing, that every lifetime I have one pair of parents. Okay, and that means countless lifetime I have countless pair of parents. What does that mean? The way I'm doing this, that means I try to resolve the bodhicitta to benefit that means all the sentient beings, all my parents, include the parent of the present life. And so I'm doing this to resolve my bodhicitta to seek for the supreme Bodhi Buddha way, right? Supreme Buddha way. Therefore, to benefit all my parents in the past as well as current. So and after he said that, the king accepted, and you know what? And he disappeared. And they took the bone and they built a stupa and to honor his honor the prince. The true sacrifice, that means the true giving. What do you think about this story, William?
Yeah, I thought it's pretty cool. I have heard the example of all beings at some point having been one of our parents. I've heard that before. And I wonder if it comes from this story, if that's kind of the original source story of it. And it's my understanding that the baby tigers in the Buddha's final incarnation ended up being the 4 ascetics that he taught first.
Right, that's correct. They are the first 5 Buddha disciples.
5 ascetics.
Yeah, that's correct. That is correct. But when we're talking about the relationship between parents and children, right? This is the Buddhist view. That means when we at home, right, we should Doesn't matter a lay person or the monk or the nun. Doesn't matter. If we still have parents, right? We need to take a good care with the loving kindness and compassion, because this is called unconditional love. But usually in the world, right, the people, the ordinary people like us, we only in the way we understand it to take to become the video child or video son or daughter is to take care the parent by material, right? Fulfill them by material. You know what? Yes, we can take care them by fulfill them with the material. It's only one lifetime. And you know what? When they pass away, who knows where they go, right? So there is no benefit, not much benefit, only 50% or 40% of that, right? But if we do not have wisdom to help the parent, I mean the current parent, to be able to understand the way, right? To be able to benefit from the Buddhist teaching, so it will help them many lifetimes, not only the current life. And this is truly, that's how we repay their kindness. This is the way we should have this kind of view when we take care of our parents. Does that make sense to you, Jenny?
Yes, yes, that makes perfect sense. And I'm guessing to those people that had very abusive and mean parents, you still have to, in your heart, in your mind, still have to show that compassion. And it's probably really hard because, you know, you grew up under abuse and, you know, all kind of stuff that your parents did to you. But so that just makes it extra hard. But you still should feel that compassion and loving kindness towards them.
Yeah, that's correct. Remember, affinity, right? That applies to everyone, include our parents. It's a positive and negative common affinity. Yes, which could our parents could abuse us because we play a very offensive, negative common affinity with them in the past. And when we understand the Buddha teaching, we should joyfully accept the situation and treat them with kindness and compassion. This is what we call, in Buddhism, we call the virtue. We can create the blessing, the marriage very easily by using the material, by using you can donate money to help the poor, to do whatever. Those kind of good thing we do, it only generates marriage or the blessing. But the virtue is the most important. How do we get the virtue? William, you know the difference between the blessing and the virtue?
Yes, yes. So if we have blessings in a future life, you know, we may be rich, we may have all the material things we want and have, you know, beautiful circumstances, but we are still subject to desire and anger and ignorance, so that virtue will come from practice within, where we are cultivating patience and generosity and discipline and energy. It's through regular practice, mindful practice.
That's correct. This is truly, yet under very difficult situation like the one who abused us, but we be able to treat them equally. That means with the compassion, without have any ill thought against them. And you know what? We should thankful to them. Do for this kind of situation we in. They are the one who help us to perfect our practice of loving kindness and compassion. Without that situation, we could not be able to practice patient, right? We could not be able to perfect our loving kindness and compassion. So they are the one that we should always pay gratitude to them instead of we against them. Always have this mindset. Then doesn't matter situation we encounter. We always have the thought of compassion and loving kindness. It's very powerful and doable. Everyone can practice. Well, it will take time. Yeah, maybe the first time we fail, second time we fail, but we keep trying, we will succeed. We will succeed. Cô Hoàng Lý, what do you think?
Yes, I agree. It's hard to do, but you need to like you said, you just have to have wisdom to to continue to go on that path, because it's hard. We're all human beings, and I mean, we're lucky. Most of us are lucky to have kind parents, but there are some abusive parents out there. And how can one really continue to love the parents, unconditionally when you got abused every day? So it's just it's vice versa. I think it's and it's all I think it all goes back to the 12 links of dependence origination, due to the fact that you created it's a karma, so you end up to have a parents, abusive parents, or you end up having a very really bad child. Could be because of that also. It's a cause and effect.
But again, that's good. But in order to let's say that when we reborn into whatever the realm, right, and we will encounter this kind of situation or not, because this is the world of troublesome, right? How do we be able to overcome this when we encounter? What will make us to overcome? William?
You certainly alluded to it. There's a teaching about it's like transmuting happiness and suffering, so that when we have something, when we're getting something that we don't want, it's an opportunity to practice. Where I like to use the analogy of, if we want to get stronger and we're going to the gym to lift weights to get stronger, it would be pretty silly to get mad at the weights that they were heavy. We wouldn't be like, gosh, these weights are too heavy, I'm never going to be able to get stronger. Yeah. We would, lift the weights that we could. And so when we have situations that really push us to a point where we're feeling angry or whatever it is, there's a practice to then use the teachings to then really fully demonstrate that virtue, because it's in the absence of a difficult situation, it's very easy to say that I would do something in that situation. But once it's there, it's like the difference between being on the sidelines of a game and watching someone play the game, or actually playing the game myself and seeing what I do.
Okay, that's very good. But remember, if let's say that later on we be born into a human or whatever, and we encounter this situation, in order for us to be able to practice naturally without learning the Buddha teaching at the beginning, we still be able to handle the situation with loving kindness and compassion. It's by resolving the Bodhicitta, make the vow. The vow is called invisible power. That invisible power will guide us to the way, from one life to other, to our many lifetimes. Wherever we be born, they will be there with us to guide us to, even though we haven't have a chance to learn the Buddhism at the beginning. But that is a part of our own nature. Okay? It's important. Thắng Thiền, what, do you have any question for this? You understand so far?
Yes, Thầy. Yes.
Okay. So and remember, this is the true giving. When we be able to practice this love and kindness and compassion, this is what we call giving joy, giving happiness to others, even the enemy. We don't make them suffer. That's what the giving is. Give them the happiness. That is the true giving. Okay. Okay. So okay, that is for the question relate to the relationship between parent and children. It's applied to all. It doesn't. It's not only applied to parent and children. It's applied to doesn't matter who are they, because we are talking about the affinity, right? Affinity. It applied to everyone. Okay. Let's talking about, yes, whoever come to us, we just doing the giving. We don't seek for the reward. We don't seek for the honor, whatever. But this thing here, do we think that we can be able to practice? Is there a way, the method that we can practice? Okay. Cô quản lý, do you remember I share you the tam luân không phật? You understand that, right? You want to share with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot. I don't know. I don't really know how to translate that in.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. Let me try that. Okay. So basically, in Buddhism, we when we're talking about giving, there is the way that we can do to practice the giving. That means the giving with the absence of the three aspects. The first one is when we do the giving, right? It's a selfless. That means you don't see yourself, right? At the given, the giver, right? You don't see you at the giver. And the second one is you don't see the receiver, right? And the third one is you don't see the object that you give. This is called the absence of what do you call this, William? I don't know how to translate that good. So you understand when I try
I'm not sure, but maybe it would be like the absence of marks, of the three marks. I've heard concepts like that sometimes referred to as marks.
Okay, three marks, right? Okay, I take that. But you understand this method, right?
Yeah, like seeing that, through the idea of self as just another phenomena, like any other phenomena is not permanent or fixed, and the same thing as the other, and the same thing as whatever is being given. None of them have a permanent fixed nature. They're all subject to, falling away.
So what is the reason that when we given that we don't see us as a giver? What is that reason for? What will that benefit us?
Because if I'm thinking of myself as giving, then oh, how great am I that I am giving this?
Mm-hmm.
There's this opportunity to feed ego.
Mm-hmm. That means we are always proud of ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And what about the receiver? If we see there is receiver, and what is the problem there?
That problem's not as obvious. I mean, it seems like a little bit more subtle form of duality, where instead of just looking for myself, I'm thinking of that this person is opposite. But it's not completely true in the sense that, they're the only one. There's just like there's no distinct self within me that's permanent. There's no distinct self within the other person, which is permanent. And if I were to just say that, not seeing myself and just seeing the other, then maybe it would create it'd be like an imbalance. And I don't know, it would lead to situations where I might compromise my ability to keep giving. Just trying something, I'm not sure.
Okay, Thang Thing, do you understand what we just discussed?
Yes, I think so. Yes.
But what do you think about that? If when we do the given, right? But we still see that they is a giver. No, they is a receiver.
So I think when you pass it given to the receiver, and we don't think about them, but
But
we
what happened that if you think about if you think they is the receiver, that means then what will be what is the harm that will bring to us?
oh I think that we should give to whoever they are, and we don't think that they are lying. They are like I think we should give to all living beings without any discriminations, right?
Hmm. Discrimination. Okay. Okay. We do not have much time, but next week we will talk more into this. So we will understand that to our present society that it's applicable or not, right? Because we want to make sure that it is applicable application that we can use. Okay. What about you, Jenny? What do you think? When we given and we just acknowledge they a giver, right? No, no, they a receiver. What what is the harmfulness that we will encounter?
Um, I think, my opinion, I just think the harm is that your ego grows. It just grows more, and that's the whole practice. I believe that that's what you're trying to get rid of is the ego. But I think that the biggest harm for yourself is for your ego to grow. So
Well, ego is that means when you see yourself as the receiver, that as the giver, that will give you more ego. Yeah, I understand that. But when you see there is a receiver, that will more on the other hand. What do you think about this, Cô Hoàng Lý?
I think it's very complex, and let's go back to the consciousness, because it goes to, the seventh consciousness is the feeling, the happy, the proud, the self. So I think it's if you give and you don't see who gives, that you remove the self part in there, and that I think that's very, very important,
Okay.
because you remove the basically you remove the seventh consciousness, because the seventh consciousness is categorized in with a lot of myself, me, I've done, my ego, just like Jenny said, ego. It's the me, myself, and all that. I think that's very important.
Okay, that's good. Actually, yeah, basically that it's also related to the self, yeah. But the more important if when we do the given, right? If we see the receiver, what happened when later on the receiver come back and harm us, and you know what happened?
Yeah, what I can see is if we don't worry about the receiver, then whatever it turns out, we could give to the wrong receiver. But if you don't worry about it, then it's just okay, whatever. It's not like go back and beat you up in the fact that, oh my, I should have known. That person is not good. Um, you know, practicing a Buddhist, and he's just out there and with a yellow rope and trying to get people's all that. So if you give and not thinking about who receiving it, I think that will remove that part.
Yeah,
What?
That's correct. That's correct. But I'm trying to add this kind of in the direction of when we acknowledge there is a receiver and what kind of harmfulness that we will encounter. What do you think about William? So when let's say that you give to that person C, right, and later on he come back and harm us. What happened to us? William?
I would say this has happened to me, and it's much easier to be resentful and to talk negatively about that person. Where it's like, I can't believe this guy, you know, we just did all this stuff for him to help him, and he turns around and he does this thing to us. And then so it's like an opportunity to generate bad karma through speech and through thought.
That's correct. That is that is the first harm. And what about the second harm? Is we will retreat. We will retreat the bodhicitta. That's the most important. Because if we don't see the profile of the three mark of given, then you know what? If we cut a lot of we will when the problem comes, right, we will retreat the bodhicitta, and we will learn about this next week. Maybe let's stop right here, and we will talk about this more into detail. I think today discussion is very valuable, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. All right. Good. Let's stop right here, and we still do the mantra. We haven't had a chance to do it complete. Put our palm together so we understand. May every living being, our mind as one and radiant with light, share the fruit of peace with heart of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hand and heart can find in given unity, may their mind awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light break the darkness of their endless night, because our heart are one. This world of pain turn into paradise. May all become compassionate. Why may all become compassionate? Why? Oh, one thing I want to say here, when we're talking about the relationship between parent and children, and we use in the Buddhist view at the affinity, and affinity is for all, applied to everyone, not only within the parent and children. And what does this mean? It means that this is the unity. The unity is the compassion. That is the true compassion when we practice the unity. You understand the unity, right? William?
Yes.
Okay. This is the unity right here. The people hear and see and how and heart can find in given unity. So regardless who they are, and we truly practice compassion and love time. Okay, that's good. Okay, let me stop the recording.